You're gonna want to hear this.
You learn stuff if you look around and watch.
America today begins to turn back to God.
Hi, I'm Robert with Oakwood. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, pull up a chair, grab a coffee, and hang around just for a few minutes. I've got a story to share with you. Now, they used to say, show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. And I believe that was true for the most part because it was usually the people in our lives who helped shape us. They challenged us, guide us, influenced us. But now things are different. Today, it's not just the people around us, it's what we see online that molds our thoughts and our opinions. Social media has become the new circle of influence. And that kind of influence is quiet and it could be dangerous. Because let's be honest, are we even really making our own decisions anymore? Or do we even have our own identities anymore?
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news
has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Okay, I just want to make sure I'm being clear here. I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm just trying to make a point. It's not about left versus right paradigm in this video. It's just most people today aren't really thinking for themselves. They're reacting. They're responding to whatever shows up on their social media platforms, no matter the platform. And the sad truth is, if they were fully awake, they might be embarrassed by how easy they're being led, or I should say manipulated. Now, let's take a look at the Sinclair Broadcast Group. They're based out of Hunt Valley, Maryland. I might know something about that. Anyway, they own and operate close to 200 local TV stations across the United States. That's millions of people tuning in every single day, believing they're getting their local news, when in reality, many of those anchors are reading from the same script. You've just seen all those newscasters saying the exact same thing.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Different faces, different cities, but the same words. They look like your neighbors, they sound like your community, but the message, it all comes from one place. And that kind of influence, it's quiet, it's calculated and dangerous. Because when everyone starts repeating the same message over and over again, you've got to really ask yourself, are we really thinking for ourselves, or are we just being influenced to think the way we do? But here's the thing, this isn't new. This has been going on for centuries. There was a man named Machiavelli. I hope I pronounced that name right. My wife speaks perfect Italian. She's going to let me know. He was an Italian philosopher, political thinker from the 1500s. He studied power, how people gain it, and how they keep it, and how they use it to control others. He wrote a book called The Prince, and in it he said, "Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception." See, they've understood human nature a long time ago. They know how people think, how they react, and how easy it is to steer the crowd with just the right words. Social media didn't create this. It just made it easier. Now, instead of kings or rulers, it's algorithms, ads, screens doing the work for them. Like Facebook. They just become the newest tool for an old method of control. Watch this.
The intelligent minorities can engineer consent through the use of manipulation, propaganda, and control. And we should do it.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
We are in the midst of a serious financial crisis, and the federal government is responding with decisive action.
I know that the American people share my deep belief that if a danger exists in the world, it is a danger shared by all.
We need to actually double down on the public health measures.
You can't look at that television and say, nothing happened on the 6th.
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to you. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Most people have no awareness of how easily our behavior and even our identity can be completely taken over. But people are waking up.
The full version of this video is linked down in the description below. It's a must-watch. I'm Robert with Oakwood. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, smash that like button if you're into that. We'll see you in the next one.